In this demonstration of Biomni's front office, I'm going to take you through a provisioning and protection scenario. So what we're going to do is we're going to provision through the portal a new machine, and we're also going to ensure that we add it into a backup policy as well. On here then you can see we have a list of machines that are currently protected and also a list of machines that are currently unprotected. So none of these machines are actually in backup policies. So what we're going to do is create a machine, add it into a policy, and it'll appear on the left here once we've created it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into my services here, and you can see that we've got a couple of extra services under here, and one of these is what we're going to use to go off and provision and protect a machine. So when I click into the request, you can see I've got a number of different options here. I can either go and select maybe a 1 server environment, a 3 server environment, a 5 server environment, or indeed you could configure this to go through and pick any number of combinations that you require. If I pick the 5 machine one, then you can see we could actually go off and create 5 machines at the same time. But we'll keep it simple. I just go and select the 1 server option. So in here what I need to do is to come in and add information now about what we're actually creating. So let's create a test machine here. We'll call it test 1011. So in here what we're going to now do is we're going to pick from a number of different templates that we wanted to create. So let's create this as a Windows 8.1 machine. In here then we've got options around the size of this, the RAM and the CPU. So I'm just going to go and pick the minimum for each of those. And down the bottom here we can now go and pick the sort of service level that we want. And what this does is it goes and picks a policy type that we want to use for the backup of this machine as well. So in here what we can do is we can pick from a gold, silver or bronze. You can design your own service levels and have them related to backup policies in your net backup product. In here you can see the differences between them, and I'm just going to go and select the silver one. So now I've selected that, it's brought all of that information now back into the request. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to submit that request now, and we're going to bypass approval, so we don't need to put this request through any approval, and we're going to put it through a very straightforward fulfillment process. So what we're going to do here is we're going to first of all go and provision the machine. Then what we're going to do is going to update the information on the estate repository. So this is the cache that we hold that contains all of the information relating to machines that are being managed via the portal. Then what we're going to do is to go and configure the backup. And then what we're going to do is to update the information on the front page so that that machine appears in that left hand box, and then we'll complete the request. It's all going through now in real time, so you can see we're now kicking off that provisioning of machine. So we've passed via a web service the message to vSphere to actually go and kick off the provisioning of that machine. And you can see as that's going through, that's now being provisioned. We're now going to be updating the estate repository, so we're updating our record of all the machines that are under management. Next thing we're going to do then is to go and configure the backup. So the backup is now a message being sent to net backup with all of the details of the machine and the service policy that we selected as well. And that will then be added into a template for this particular tenant of the portal who's after a silver service level. Again, as I click on refresh, we're now going down updating the client cache on the home page, and once that's updated we could be able to go and see that the request has now been completed. At any time I can go back and view the original information that we created, and what I can do now is actually go and see that that machine is now on the left hand side, so we can see it's been created and we can see that it's protected as well. So this completes this just short demonstration showing some of the capabilities of front office and in particular VMware. If you want to know more about this or any of our other services, then please go to www.biomni.com. Thank you.